Sonic.com.
Oh well, welcome yet again to another exciting episode of Gusto's reaction, guys, and definitely I have with me here the almighty Way. How
What's
you
up? What's
doing?
up, people? I'm good. I'm all right. I'm chill.
I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for all that you do for us here at Gusto TV Africa. We really appreciate you. Want to say a very big thank you, guys. And then, without wasting much of our time, there's quite a lot to actually just about today. Like, there's a lot. Starting off strong and very strong was starting with Davido. So wait, yeah, Davido attained the 11 million monthly listeners on Spotify for the first time. And then in the midst of being so happy, being so thankful, he said some things. Appreciated his fans, or he got by fans, good music, and then he mentioned something without a cosign. I mean, without a cosign. Even though we've actually not had anybody come up, on the internet to actually say, guy, relax, so I cosign you, oh. I know person will cosign you. What do you make of that statement, actually?
First off, congratulations to Obio
Yeah,
on achieving
congratulations to
11
him.
million monthly Spotify listeners. That's quite like a milestone. A lot of people don't get to, talk about these things, but it's quite, an incredible achievement for an artist who just started, some decades ago. It looks
Yeah.
like yesterday, but this guy has really, really, really been very relevant in the game since the time that he popped in till now.
Yeah.
11 million monthly listeners on
Not
Spotify.
small.
On Spotify, I say Spotify. It's flying actually.
It's
The numbers
flying,
are flying.
actually, exactly.
It's quite
Yeah.
interesting to see. And
Mhm.
I think that for all that's happening, all the things he said, the tweets on X, it was just like a moment of you know, um, adrenaline that was not curtailed. Sometimes when you're overjoyous, they know how you
Just
want it.
say, yeah.
And the guy was just basking in, the magnitude of the things he's been able to achieve.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I might be incensed by other fans, and I mean, rightly so, saying, okay, he's boasting too much and all of that. I mean, but let's even look away from Davido a little bit. I know it's about Davido. Let's talk about Whiskey, all the things that he's achieved, from starting, his career from the days of Ojo Elegba to where
Yeah.
he is now. I mean, let these guys big up themselves. I beg. Let them have their moments, Wiz, Bernard, Davido, and even Rema, who's just actually just championing the cause of a new movement. So I feel like he was just in his feelings. He was just really being grateful. There was really no intention to actually rile anybody up, but without a cosign, Davido, that's some big talk.
I mean,
We co-signed you. We your fans, now we the co-signed
I
you.
was going to say that because
Yeah.
cosign can come in different ways.
Yeah, but I know what David was trying to say there is like without
No big,
anybody,
like there was
any
no
big, player, pushing
with
him,
them.
because when he drops his first project, I'm about Lowell till I mean where we have the 5 album now. There's just been a couple people who actually really appreciate him for the work that he's done for the
Yeah.
Afrobeats culture, but there's no direct say, oh, go do this, go do that. Maybe in the formative years of his career, but now there's a lot of people talking about him. So maybe we'll not go count all those ones as cosign. Maybe the cosign when they talk about at the early stage of his career, because I don't think it's right for him to say nobody co-signed him. I mean, like, that's Don Jazzi always vibing to your song. That's a cosign. If Don Jazzi, vibes to my song right now, that's like approval.
Okay.
Maybe the word is not cosign, approval.
Okay. Now let me interject you there.
Yeah.
He made the post on X saying, "Who won't even cosign big man like me?"
That's a big man. Yeah.
So now maybe, just maybe, if you now mention Don Jazzi, is like, you know what, I'm a big man. I mean, if you're talking about Don Jazzi co-signing me up, you'd be talking about that with the emerging artist, not him.
Okay,
I
so
don't think he sees Don Jazzi dancing to his song as a co-sign, just like maybe a fan.
I think
I think that's why he sees it like, not the way we see like, oh, Don Jazzi. When Don Jazzi jams to music, we're like, oh, man is co-signing this song. But the video might just be saying like, oh, I just fan, like the way other fans will just vibe to the song.
well, you cannot deny the effect that Don Jazzi has on the culture.
Yeah, definitely. But on Davido,
Okay, see, Sugar,
oh yeah,
take am easy.
oh yeah,
When the likes of them, David and the Wizkids popped into the scene, Don Jazzy was a big name.
Yeah,
Don't play.
he was actually.
He see Don Jazzy remains a relevant player in the game of Afrobeat. This culture cannot actually be talked about without having to, infer or refer to Don Jazzy. I mean, let's even track back the years that Omo Babalowo dropped, or the years that Whiskey's first album Superstar dropped. Where was Don Jazzy? Very active in the game,
very active,
running the whole show. So I mean, I don't think that him saying okay, I don't think he will say okay, maybe Don Jazzy vibing to my song is a cosign. Maybe because of the demeanor or the position that Don Jazzy has taken now in the industry, is just like a jolly good fellow. Don Jazzy can post anything.
Yeah, you can actually.
So maybe in that light, now how it is see him. But I don't think that David would ever, anything that Don Jazzy does for him will forever be grateful for it, because if there's one person that you need to talk about in the industry that has actually really moved the culture forward, it has to be, Don Jazzy. So I'm just thinking like, okay, but really count him as cosign because Don Jazzy does this thing for literally everybody. It was just feeling good. Don Jazzy was just feeling good and was just vibing.
Maybe
So the
the
song,
that everyone is
everyone is just
dancing to.
exactly. So I don't think it's big talk. I don't think it's, out of place to say that, because really, who has actually really, 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 really talked about Davido or held him by the hand when he was still thriving?
Yeah, that's what I was
to
saying.
where-
That because nobody has actually come out to say, guy,
Yeah,
that one that you said, take it back.
because everybody just looks at him like a rich kid. Like his daddy is
yeah,
rich. He
that's
can,
it.
he can thrive.
Maybe that's in like they don't want to pour water into the ocean.
Ah,
Yeah,
more
don't
like
do
it.
exactly.
More
I
like
feel
it.
like that's what's currently going on though. Now